Outside of your Coast Guard life and your Coast Guard work, did you own and carry firearms?
Yes.
Did you ever have to use those firearms before for protection?
Yes, I have.
All right, can you tell me about that?
One time.
Relevancy.
It's relevant because he is carrying a gun in this case. He is carrying a gun, I believe, through his testimony will establish why. And the fact that he's had experiences with having to do this before informs him and informs the decisions that he makes as a person under these circumstances. So the fact that he's been in situations where he's had to use his gun to protect himself before informs his decisions on also February 23rd.
Relevance
Yeah, it's
to
sustained.
what he did under these circumstances.
You're talking about something. You're talking about something he was doing in the Coast Guard.
No, I'm talking about him as a private citizen where he's been out with a firearm, carrying a firearm before, where he's had to use it to protect himself.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you could take a step into the jury room, please.
All rise for the jury. Please be seated.
I was following it as part of his Coast Guard training and experience. You're talking about something different?
Yeah, I transitioned, Judge. You may not have heard me. I said, all right, now I want to talk about outside of the Coast Guard, not law enforcement, Coast Guard, but you just in your regular life outside of Coast Guard. You own a firearm, you carry firearms, and have you ever had to use a firearm to protect yourself before outside of the Coast Guard, meaning just as a regular citizen?
Is it reported or, I mean, give me a proffer.
Oh, he will testify that he's had two circumstances where a person has come up to him, one at an ATM, where he had to go towards his gun and it had the effect that he wanted on the person. They ran away, it deterred them. And the second, he was sitting in his car and a gentleman tried to carjack him and he had to retrieve his gun and take it out and it deterred the person and the person ran away. This has now then informed him of how using his gun can de-escalate situations in his private citizen life as well, and that it can have that effect that ultimately, can de-escalate the situation and protect himself.
From the state.
Well, neither of these instances involved the victim in this particular case. The fact that some guy came up to him at the ATM and I'm not clear on what he did with his gun, pointed it at this person or did something else, and being carjacked, I'm unaware of any police report where he reported he'd been carjacked at all. So I'm not sure if there's a 911 call here that we don't have access to or some police report that we've not been given regarding this. The state is unaware of both of these instances. And it's not really relevant to the reasonableness analysis that the jurors are going to have to make as far as. So in the past, when I've been robbed at an ATM or carjacked by someone, I defended myself with my handgun. So it's okay for me to pull a handgun out while I'm trying to force compliance for someone to talk to me? They're totally not equal on any level whatsoever. So I'm not sure about the relevance or how it comes into play in this case.
Well, it sounds like it's something that may be addressed on cross-examination. I'll go ahead and permit it.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. We can go get the panel. Thank you.
seated.
All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready to get back to the evidence. Mr. Sheffield.
Yes, thank you. We were talking a little bit about now moving away from Coast Guard duty and just being a citizen here. Do you own firearms?
I do.
Okay. Have you ever been in a situation where you had to use your personal firearm to protect yourself?
I have.
Okay. Oh, Travis, yeah, put that.
Thank you. Sorry.
Can you tell us a little bit about the circumstances of the first time?
Yes. So I was living in Pascagoula, Mississippi. I was stationed in Mississippi at the time. It was 2008 to 2012. I believe it was 2008 when it happened. Pascagoula got destroyed by Katrina, so there was a bunch of vacant lots and everything. One of them was a bank, and the bank was gone, but they had the ATM machine still in the vacant lot. It's next to the gas station. Coming through to get cash for, I think it was for the lunch for the station. I pull in, I see two younger males next to the side. Thought it was a little weird that they're paying attention to me and been paying attention to people going in and out near there. So I stepped out of the truck and went to the ATM. As soon as I went to the ATM,
Let me stop you. Did you have a gun on you at the time?
I did.
What kind of gun was it?
It was a 1911 U.S. Army service pistol.
Did you have a permit or a license to carry?
Yes, I had a concealed carry permit, and it was a concealed weapon.
Okay.
Everything.
All right, so you're at the ATM. What happened?
Yep, and as soon as I put my card in, the two males approached on either side. One of them told me to give me his money. All I did was pull up my shirt and showed that I had a weapon, and they turned and jumped the fence, was gone.
Okay.
I pulled the money out and went to work.
Okay. Did you call the police or report it?
I didn't call the police on that.
Okay.
That was it.
All right. What was the second time that you had to use your gun? I say use your gun. That time you didn't really have to use it, just showed it.
No, I just
Okay.
showed it. The second one was in Pascagoula as well. It was in 2011. And I was going into work. We had a high value asset coming in. So I was coming in at 8 o'clock. And road I was coming in on it was destroyed by Katrina. It was real dark. Everything was, it was an industrial side of town. And was stopped at a red light, had the windows down in the truck. And sitting at the red light, listening to the music on the radio, somebody came to the passenger door and popped the lock and was opening the door on me.
Let me stop you. Popping the lock meaning was the window down?
The window was down. He just popped it. It was a
Okay.
GMC, so it was right there. He popped it open
All right.
and opened the door and started yelling. I was getting in the truck. So
What you said he started yelling.
yes, I don't know what he was saying, but he was yelling.
Okay.
And so I had the pistol between I had a holster between my seats, and I pulled the pistol out and pointed at him, told him to get out of my truck. He got out and ran off. I got to the station, and we had 3 reservists that were actually with the police department there. Told them about it, and I believe we had a report made on it.
Okay. All right. All right. I want to focus your attention back to Satilla Shores.